Pro Group Management. Workers' comp that works for you.
Welcome to Nevada Newsmakers. A lot of fireworks on the show today, and he's got the rundown.
Sam, what does it say to today's young people when the Board of Regents finds a way around an ethics law? We'll talk to Howard Rosenberg and find out. And Connie McMullen of the Senior Spectrum newspaper and of Senior Fest 2003 joins us. Hey, did you know if you're over 50, you're a senior? Sam?
Thanks, Andy. And coming up on the Pundit panel, Bob Crowell, John Gwaltney, and Scott Craigie. It's all coming up next on the all-new Nevada Newsmakers.
Nevada Newsmakers, brought to you in part by Charter Communication.
The Abowed family has an appetite for dialogue. Agree or disagree, have the conversation. All opinions are welcome. Since 1977, Adele's.
It's America's largest historical district, and it's fun for the entire family. Virginia City is where the West comes alive every day, from train rides to gunslingers. Your gang can explore mines and interesting museums, visit historic saloons, and do some great shopping. Virginia City is the ultimate in family entertainment, and it's very affordable. Come up and stay overnight in our hotels, motels, and RV park. Virginia City, the Wild West at its best.
The biggest risk your company can take.
Well, Barbara, you did very well on your interview.
Hiring employees can help your business get to the next level.
And your resume looks outstanding.
And it can also expose you to corporate crimes and costly lawsuits that can bring your company to its knees.
So, we'd like to offer you a position.
Before you hire another employee, hire the professionals at Employer Links. Call today to get our free CD-ROM, the top 8 risks of hiring employees.
If you own a business and want to maximize your company's potential, join the Retail Association of Nevada. Our membership benefits include the Nevada Retail Network Self-Insured Group, providing workers' compensation coverage that can lower your rates. That savings can go directly to your bottom line. We are an effective pro-business organization that lobbies on behalf of our business members. The Retail Association of Nevada, protecting Nevada businesses for 35 years. Call 882-1700 to see what we can do for your organization.
This is Nevada Newsmakers with Sam Shad, political analyst Ande Engleman on No Holds Barred Political Forum. Now, from the News 4 Broadcast Center, here's Sam Shad.
Back on Nevada Newsmakers, we are joined by Howard Rosenberg, University Regent. Pleasure to have you here for a grilling. We want to ask
I'll tell you after this is over whether it's a pleasure. Yes.
I want to ask you about a recent survey done for the board where it suggested that our university presidents were underpaid and our community college presidents were overpaid, and we should be seeing $20,000 increases to get them in line with other states, and maybe we should deduct $10,000 from the community college presidents to get them in line with.
Do you have a death wish? Is that what your problem is? To be perfectly honest, they are underpaid compared to other places in the country. Now, that's not taking into consideration our tax structure, the lack of an income tax, and things like that. There's two things operating, Sam. Number one, it's the salary. Number two, it's when you go out to recruit, who you get to apply. That has a very definite bearing on things. I don't think that our community college presidents are overpaid with, when you take a survey all the way across. Particularly in light of our tax structure. I do know that our university presidents, when you consider some university presidents, private as well as public, are paid upwards of $500,000 a year.
But that's, we're talking private schools because I understand the study didn't really go to public schools and get information. It went to private colleges and got
Andy,
information.
I've not done the reading that I should do, and I should have done this before I came to you, but I think they must have included public schools as well, because we use peer institutions when we do our research.
But what I'm most concerned about is the fact that what the suggestion is from this committee is to privately pay presidents of universities to supplement their income. Now, one, we haven't lost anybody because of the low pay, and two, we had a major...
Allegedly low pay.
Allegedly low pay, correct.
Shut up, nobody asked you. Yes, Andy?
And two, we had a major scandal over this whole thing back in 1991 at UNLV when they discovered that the president of the university, as well as the coach, Massimino, were being paid from private sources.
Large amounts of money. I think something like $350,000 to the coach.
So they passed a law, an ethics law prohibiting it, and now the Board of Regents is going to say, but we found a loophole so we can go around the law.
No, that's not what the board is saying. The board is saying that something exists that if the board decides that that is a good way to go, they can ethically do it. I don't think that the board will decide that this is a good thing.
No, I think they said they could legally do it, not ethically.
Well, all right. The line in ethics and legality, you know, really, you're coming into a play with interpretation. And I've been there, I know this routine. The interpretation can be any way that you want it to go. For me, the important thing is, do we want our presidents paid privately as part of their salary? No, I do not. Now, I understand that the Review-Journal in Las Vegas agrees. That puts me in a dreadful position of actually agreeing with the Review-Journal, one of our yellowest journals that I know of in the country.
But the Las Vegas Sun, which is a liberal newspaper, also agrees. I mean, when the Las Vegas Sun and the Las Vegas Review-Journal agree
Hang on a second,
on
guys. Hold on a second. There are 3 wise men coming over Mount Rose as we speak.
Really?
If those 2 papers agree.
Yes,
Is that what's happening?
Apparently so.
Well, I knew there was somebody out
agree.
there.
Those
No,
2 papers
for
agree.
me, it's really very simple. If you pay privately as well as publicly, you have divided loyalties, and that cannot be. The presidents owe their entire allegiance to the Board of Regents through the Chancellor. That's the way it should be. That's the way I want it to stay.
And what does it say to our young people when we say the Board of Regents says, yes, there's an ethics law that prohibits this, but we found a way around it?
I'm not sure that that's what the Board of Regents is saying. What has happened is we have been given an opinion by legal counsel that if we choose to go that way, we could conceivably do it. We have not elected to go that way, and I don't think we will.
Okay,
that meeting is Thursday.
Can we maybe look theoretically at stopping the insanity? Because I remember 10, 12 years ago, we were talking about the presidents making $150,000 a year. And the top 3 educators in the system, the chancellor and the 2 main presidents, were making $150,000 a year, which is almost $500,000 before one kid got educated, before one light bulb was turned on, before one book was bought. Now we're looking at $206,000 for John Lilly at UNR, and I'm not worrying about the personalities, I'm just talking about the numbers.
Right.
$30,000 extra for car and expenses. Do we not get to a point where we have to say to ourselves, there's got to be a different way of doing this, that yes, maybe we're not going to attract the people from around the country that would be best suited for this job. Maybe we need to have another way of doing this, bring people up within the ranks. I mean, Howard, would you, I'd do the job for $200,000 a year. I'd save you like $36,000 right off the bat.
That's awfully kind of you, Sam. Are you applying for the position? Because
I don't know.
can't talk to you ethically because I might be in a position to hire you.
But the bottom line is that there are a lot of people that would come in.
Sam, I went through this when I first went on the board. I did my own research. I called presidents' offices all across the West, peer institutions that I figured would give me the right information. And they gave me information, but I hadn't asked the right questions. I hate this term, but it's one that I've got to live with as a member of the board. There is a market out there, and the market drives your salaries. And I'm sorry, Sam, when you're paying millions of dollars to private institutions where their CEOs are making millions of bucks, this is a paltry sum to pay for people who are working 16 and 17 hours a day, and the strain of just trying to keep everything going. it's worth the money to pay them to do the job.
You know, there are a lot of people, I'm just going to end this because we've got to get out of here, but there are a lot of
Good,
people
because
watching.
she's ready to kill me.
There's a lot of people watching the show right now who work 2 and 3 jobs
I
and
know,
work
Sam.
16,
I
20
know.
hours a day
I know.
to make minimum wage to
I
feed
know.
their families.
I know.
And we just passed an $800 million increase in the state's budget.
I agree.
Tough for them to look at, a balance.
I understand
We're
that.
not Harvard.
We got to go. We'll be right
But we
back.
may be someday.
Interest rates remain at all-time historic lows. Now's a great time to purchase or refinance in the Northern Nevada area. Hi, I'm Valerie Hedlund, Operations Manager of CTX Mortgage. We pride ourselves in giving face-to-face service, local processing, local underwriting, immediate loan approvals in a private and professional office setting. We at CTX choose to do business differently. This is our local team of processors and operations staff that are dedicated to providing you the highest level of service. Please call any of the loan officers on our CTX team.
Would you like to savor a Trento pork chop? Or maybe pasta rags with grilled chicken? Hugo's Tuscan Grill at DeAndrea is a celebration of color, flavor, and freshness. Each dish is created from natural, wholesome foods that is delicious and nutritious. Hugo's is a comfortable restaurant with breathtaking city views. If you enjoy great food and good company, visit us here at Hugo's. It's the best that dining can be. 2900 South DeAndrea Parkway in Sparks.
Welcome to Sushi Club, best sushi in town. The Sushi Club in Independence Square uses the best quality products. The sushi is dynamite, and the service is just wonderful.
The Sushi Club is bigger and better. We have 11 sushi chefs on staff, and the service is great.
All your friends will tell you that Sushi Club is the best place for the best sushi.
Come join us for lunch or dinner.
The Sushi Club, 294 East Moana Lane in the Independence Square.
Now that's great sushi.
Big Apple Pizza, best pizza in Nevada, take one.
Today we're making homemade meatballs for a meatball parm. You like cheesesteak? I think you're like in South Philly right now. It's the best cheese ever made. Now that's how a Philly cheesesteak's supposed to look.
And here's little Cole.
This is authentic. We'll throw some pepperoni in here. Not gonna be shy about it. Yeah, I bet you guys didn't know I could do that. Don't skimp on the toppings. Authentic as it gets. Big Apple Pizza and Subs on the corner of Bering and McCarran, a New Jersey guy who knows how to make an East Coast pizza.
And now, back to Nevada Newsmakers with Sam Shad and Ande Engleman.
And we welcome to the program Connie McMullen. She is the editor of Senior Spectrum magazine. It's a statewide newspaper for seniors, and she's an expert on senior issues and a longtime friend, former KOH reporter. Pleasure to have you here.
Nice to be here, Sam.
Okay, so seniors are moving here from California in droves. They're actually moving here from all across the country. Is Nevada good, bad, or what for senior citizens?
I think that's a classic question, and the answer really lies in your income. The seniors moving here from California, and the statistics show that they're coming here because they have sold their properties and they're coming with spendable income. That doesn't mean in 10 years from now all the resources will be in place for them. What really is important and key to that question is income, your income level. There are a lot of seniors that already live here that are living beyond the poverty level, and you ask, are the resources here for them? Now that's a mixed bag of tricks. It all depends on how they planned for their retirement, what kind of income they have, affordable housing. If they're living in their own house, they still have a spendable asset. If they do not, they're pretty much trapped. If they're living on Social Security, which we hope nobody is totally, that's a bad situation to be in.
So Nevada's not a good place for seniors unless they have a lot of money.
Well, that, and I'm not saying, because everybody's case is individual. Nevada can be a questionable place to live as far as affordable housing. There's not a lot of Section 8 housing. There's not a lot in northern Nevada as far as retirement community living either. There's a few, and they say that more is being built, but we're still behind, I think.
And it's very expensive.
It's very expensive. Assisted living is not affordable. Again, you're talking $2,500 a month starting, not counting the things that they add on like food and housekeeping. Fewer doctors are accepting Medicare. It all depends on where you are, and that's why in this particular past 10 years, the concept of the case manager has become so critical, because people are experts in that range of finding out where the best range of services are to fit your needs. Not everyone plans, and not everyone knows where the best mix of resources for you exist. Generally, people are tapping into experts in this field.
You know, case experts are important not just for senior citizens, but for anybody who finds himself in the hospital in a situation where they're not getting a cure right away or given lots of mixed messages. It's very important to get some outside
Where do you
advice.
find these case experts?
Case management, community care associates. There's a few of them in the area. That's all they do, and they'll sit you down and connect you with all the people, the experts, medically. There's only 3 geriatricians in the whole state. They'll introduce you. They'll look at your finances. They'll go through your insurance and determine how many assets you have available. So it's an individual thing.
So if you want to know what's the best part of the country for you to go to, where do you go to find out that information?
Well, there's all sorts of information on the internet. I'm not to say that Nevada is not a good place to live, because Nevada is a good place to live. Nevada has a great climate here. We have a transportation system in place. I mean, look at the scenery and the quality of life.
Okay, well, let me ask you to grade city, regional and state governments on services to seniors. Are we up to where we should be?
Oh no, we're at the bottom of the barrel. Nevada is probably the least as far in the country. We're probably either 49th or 50 as providing for the low-income indigent. We do not, as far as Medicaid services, we're not meeting that need. We obviously don't meet the need on prescriptions or anything else, on affordable housing, community-based services, services that people get in the home to keep them aging in place. We're just at the bottom of the barrel, and the state realizes that and is trying to make a change in that regard. But at this point, we're so far behind.
You would take a tax hike and more funding, is that correct?
Well, you know, it's not necessarily that. It's a combination of things. The federal government offers a program called Medicaid. The states are able to apply to get waivers. We only access one, I believe, 1 or 2. Other states have up to 8 that provide a combination of services to allow people to live independently. Why in the past we never did take advantage of some of these waivers at the federal level, I do not know, because in most cases they're a 50-50 match. Okay, so senior citizens, we always hear, are the voters. Why are they now organized and out there demanding the services? Well, as you know, Sam, that seniors are probably the most quiet population. They don't ask for much. They don't get out on their behalf. A lot of it has to do, I think, with the way they feel. The mobility issue. They just, I think, don't feel like they have a strong enough voice. Advocates for seniors are a good thing, and I think we could use more. Well, we're almost out of time. Yeah. You've got a big thing coming up next month, and I want you to talk about it just briefly for us, if you would.
Senior Fest?
Yes, Senior Fest is in its 7th year. We have it traditionally at the Northeast Community Center. What's so special about Senior Fest is one of the events that seniors do come out for. We get at least 5,000 people there from 9 to 2. Short period of time. And the reason is because we make them feel welcome. That's the difference. You know, we extend the hospitality. But if people who come to Senior Fest, they get a plethora of services bombarded at them all under one roof in one day, in a very short period of time. So if they need health screenings, they can have that. If they want to find out about insurance or long-term care or some of the state agency programs, they can find out about those resources. And then on top of it, we have entertainment. We have the Spirit of Dance is coming out along with the broadcast Broadway show. We'll have 2 performances from the El Dorado crew, and we'll have Bob Barnes and Bob Brayman and Jan Savage.
And let me give a plug for the newspaper. Senior Spectrum is available free of charge all over the place. You can find it, and it'll have a full list of all these events, correct?
Absolutely.
Will you please come back? We have lots more to talk to you about.
And I want to plug my sponsors, thanks to Harris and Senior Dimensions.
Okay, we'll be right back. Boy, we let it get away with that. We'll be right back on Nevada Newsmakers. Thanks, Connie.
Before you head to Carson, take care of yourself with a visit to Tamarack Junction. Catch a hot cup of coffee and the morning news on one of our 32 TVs and enjoy the best food in South Reno. Tamarack Junction, your junction for fun. South Virginia and Amati Ranch Parkway.
The Abowed family has an appetite for dialogue. Agree or disagree, have the conversation. All opinions are welcome. Since 1977, Adele's.
Today's lesson, another reason to take the Gold Rush Club Card Challenge. With the Gold Rush card, you really have 3 cards in one. Use your cash back. You still keep your comps and drawing tickets. Use your comps. You still keep your cash and drawing tickets. And with your drawing tickets, you could win thousands in cold hard cash every week. And still keep your cash back and comps. Does your club add up? Graduate to the Gold Rush Players Club. It's the smart thing to do. The Gold Dust West, south on Keystone, east on 4th.
When you sign up for Wells Fargo free checking, you get more than free checking. You get the freedom to bank when and where you want. Wells Fargo, the next stage.
Make your daily commute easy with breakfast or lunch at the Tamarack Junction. Enjoy daily specials, super fast service, and South Reno's freshest morning meals. Tamarack Junction, your junction for fun. South Virginia and Amati Ranch Parkway.
And now, back to Nevada Newsmakers with Sam Shad and Ande Engleman.
And back on Nevada Newsmakers, we're joined by a pundit panel today, John Gwaltney, Scott Craigie, and Bob Crowell. We got news yesterday that Bob Broadbent had passed away, and he's not necessarily a household name here in northern Nevada, but one of the remarkable men in the Silver State. Scott, if I can start with you, just a few reminiscences about some of the things he accomplished.
I worked with Bob and a number of other people in southern Nevada when I first moved into town and did a lot of political work. You know, he was an icon, ran the Clark County Commission as a commissioner for, decades, was one of the strongest leaders in southern Nevada. Went to the Department of the Interior as an appointee and made dramatic changes out at Hoover Dam.
This is under the Regent administration.
Yeah, that's right, and created what has just been opened as the second bridge across the river. The airport, which is the lifeblood for entire Nevada's economy. He ran the airport. He got the airport started when he was on the county commission on another level, found money for it, created the authority. What this guy contributed to this state is second to none. And you know what? He was one of those guys that was he's just a nice guy.
Just a nice guy.
Never loud, never angry, just straightforward.
Well, I can't quite agree. I had to oppose Bob when he tried to close down meetings for the airport authority in Clark County from the open meeting law, and he wasn't too happy that I beat him on it. But he came around and said in the long run that he felt I was right, and we had a lot of respect for each other and worked together on other issues.
Well, one of the things I was so impressed with, if you look at airports, one of the things that's so important is even when a community is having troubles, you have to look to the future and plan ahead. And McCarran International has planned ahead and planned ahead. Randy Walker, who worked for him, has continued that legacy. But even after that accomplishment was huge in itself, he then took on building the monorail, working with a public-private partnership, and now that is going to open, I believe, early next year, and that is just a remarkable
every
accomplishment.
major project, or most of the major projects in Las Vegas, Bob had a hand in. I knew Bob, worked with him on the Colorado River Commission in securing water supplies, and huge man. And it's a real. When I got that email, I was just saddened. So. Well, Nevada lost a leader there.
Yes, they did. They
Our
really
sympathies to the family, and just a great deal of respect from this panel to him. Scott, I just wanted to ask you about, just to pick up for a moment on something that Connie was mentioning, that the state doesn't pick up on these Medicaid waivers for seniors. Why are we not doing that?
You know, because we're the cheapest goldarn state in the entire nation. Nevada has got the lowest priced package, not only for seniors, for children, for all groups. Nevada, I think, actually there's only one state that has less money per capita invested, and that's Utah. And the reason, of course, for Utah is that they have a huge number of support service organizations inside the state. We don't have those. Nevada will not help poor people, period. It just, we have all these fights over we're raising too much taxes and doing all these things, and the fact of the matter is we are negligent in the way that we manage services for the
John, do you
elderly and
see,
low income.
John, do you see an explosion at some
I'd like to
point?
jump on that because I think that's absolutely well said, and congratulations on saying it out loud strongly. However, it's only half the problem. When we assess taxes, we put regressive taxation on, not progressive taxation on. And all of us who have taken our beginning 101 economics class know that regressive taxation taxes the poor more than it taxes the rich. So not only do we provide limited services, we on the other side, percentage-wise, tax the low-income segment of our population much higher percentages than we tax the high-income segment. Statistically, that can be proven, but the easiest way to do it is to simply talk about booze, which we just raised the tax on. We don't do it on the price of booze, we do it on the volume of booze. So the guy who buys the low-cost booze pays 5 times the taxes as the guy who buys the 20-year-old whatever scotch.
Andy, we're always asking senior citizens to put up money for school bonds. Is there going to be a point where we're going to see the senior citizens turn around and say, well, yeah, we'll vote for your school bonds, but you need to vote for a few things for us as well?
Well, in fact, that has happened in Carson City. The taxpayers voted bond issue for a senior citizens center, and which they're still paying on, still on your property taxes. And that was sort of a quid pro quo. Then they came back with a bond issue for the schools, and the seniors then recognized that, hey, it does work both ways, you know. You need to do it that way. You need to work in joint unison.
I think that's a population though that we don't see. You know, there a lot of times you don't see the homeless kids, and you don't see the seniors who are impoverished.
And Bob, that's the last word. We're out of time. We'll be right back on Nevada Newsmakers after this.
Big Apple Pizza, best pizza in Nevada. Take what?
Today we're here, we're making homemade meatballs for a meatball parm. You like cheesesteak? I think you're like in South Philly right now. It's the best cheese ever made. Now that's how a Philly cheesesteak's supposed to look.
And here's little Cole.
This is authentic. We'll throw some pepperoni in here. Not gonna be shy about it. Yeah, I bet you guys didn't know I could do that. Don't skimp on the toppings. Authentic as it gets. Big Apple Pizza and Subs on the corner of Bering and McCarran. A New Jersey guy who knows how to make an East Coast pizza.
Would you like to savor a Trento pork chop? Or maybe pasta rags with grilled chicken? Hugo's Tuscan Grill at D'Andrea is a celebration of color, flavor, and freshness. Each dish is created from natural, wholesome foods that is delicious and nutritious. Hugo's is a comfortable restaurant with breathtaking city views. If you enjoy great food and good company, visit us here at Hugo's. It's the best that dining can be. 2900 South D'Andrea Parkway in Sparks.
It's America's largest historical district, and it's fun for the entire family. Virginia City is where the West comes alive every day, from train rides to gunslingers. Your gang can explore mines and interesting museums, visit historic saloons, and do some great shopping. Virginia City is the ultimate in family entertainment, and it's very affordable. Come up and stay overnight in our hotels, motels, and RV park. Virginia City, the Wild West at its best.
Nevada Newsmakers, brought to you in part by Charter Communication.
You a little irked?
Yeah, if you're a senior citizen at age 50, you're going to spend 40 years being a senior citizen.
I'm looking forward to all those 2-for-1 buffets.
Tomorrow, Senator Harry Reid.
We'll see you.